Sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future. This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I...
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river
know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. LiveWire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up the day, it's bright time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to LiveWire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. LiveWire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. LiveWire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. LiveWire, we'll give you the way. Coming to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world. We got the news on LiveWire. There's nothing to lose. LiveWire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. LiveWire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. LiveWire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. LiveWire hits you every hour. LiveWire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. LiveWire hits you every hour.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to all the LiveWire viewers, all my LiveWire family. Good morning to you. I trust that you had a restful night and you're up and ready to go. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, the what by? The 4th of December, and we're moving through to the 25th and then the 31st and then into 2025. Very excited, very happy to be here with you for another episode. We are supposed to have the two councilors, Councillor Nicole Luther and Councillor Trim Bagot, on the program this morning. They'll be in shortly, but as usual, we'll go through our natural paces until they get here, and we will tune in to what's happening there in New Amsterdam. Morning to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to all the persons joining us in the diaspora. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Thank you for your continued support on LiveWire in the morning here. Do remember to follow LiveWire News on the LiveWire TV on YouTube, the YouTube channel, and also LiveWire News on Facebook, LiveWire TV on Facebook as well. We are doing some Christmas promotion, so you'd have an opportunity to see a lot of the offers that our advertisers will be putting out there. So support local. Thank you for the continued support that I've been getting thus far. Morning to Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Vishnu Chintaman, morning to you. Joining us from Pennsylvania, USA. Rahim Amirali, morning to you. Balwant Danraj, good morning. Chris, Shakila Bridgelal, good morning to you. Shakila, I hope you heard what I said about the registration for persons out of the district. The Ministry of Finance will be posting the information on how persons outside of the jurisdiction of Guyana can register who would like to benefit from the $100,000 cash grant. And as I said yesterday on the program, there was the distribution that commenced in Region 9. We'll take a quick look at that before we get into, the things we need to talk about, right? Philip Diabru, morning to you. In Paul Narayan joining us from Minnesota. Miss Ramcharan, good morning. Dr. Nandalal, morning to you. Pam, morning to you. And Trevor, hope all is well over on that end. Neil Ramlokan, good morning to you. Neil Ramlochan joining us from New York, morning to you. Prasad Pati, I hope everything is nice there in Kitty. Joan Rupalal, morning to you. Philip Diabru, good morning to you. Vishram Patrick, Chitra Sutkraj, Cecil Rampasad, Viro Badar, good morning to you. Alan Khan, Dial Sukram, my brother from Canal, who overseas right now. Morning to you. I hope all is well. I think Dial doing 2 jobs. He probably just in between the resting period before he head back out. So I guess he's tuning in before he get some rest. Eunice, morning to you. I'm glad to see that you're back in Canada. Please say hello to Rita for me. I hope you enjoyed your vacation there in Houston, Texas, where I'm pretty sure it was warm. Mohammed Isaf, morning to you. Ion Bpat joining us from Barbados. None other than Uncle Ronald on the live. Big up yourself, Ronald Jones. Leslie Mongol, morning to you. Anita Williams. Ashmi Basdio, morning to you. Lash PA, big up yourself, brother. Morning to you and the family. Bisunat Mohan, morning to you. Richard Stanislas, morning. Dionan Suku. Donna Alfonso, good morning to you. Roger Fong, morning to you and King Emperor, joining us from Canada. Wazim Nabi, good morning to you. Salome, Savita Sukraj, Asif Hamad, Ravi Jai Chan, sorry, morning to you. Who else we got here? Prem Prashad, Keith Adams, morning to you. David Sabrian, good morning to you. Henry Jagdio, Sarah Mosley, Lance Henry, Joseph Satar, Jasoda Sargent, morning to you. Special good morning to Sally Jones, Maureen Razio. I called Philip already. Philip Graves Andy, morning to you. Who else we got? Leland Williams, morning to you. It's a new name. I haven't seen this person before. Sherwin Siram, Generine Narendra, morning to you, joining us from New York City. Okay. Rabindra Rukman, morning to you. Omar Sharif joining us from NYC. Shakira Alexi. Good. So that's it. Everybody in the comment section. Let me get into it. So first of all, I want to share with you, as I said yesterday, the distribution of the $100,000 cash grant commenced in Region 9 yesterday, and Prime Minister, retired Brigadier Mark Phillips was on hand for that the commencement of this distribution, along with Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Sonia Prague. And this is just to give you a view of what took place yesterday at that event, right? Now, the government is focused on ensuring that all Guyanese share in the nation's prosperity. This was emphasized by Prime Minister Phillips during the opening ceremony of the distribution process there in Region 9. Now, this demonstrates the government's dedication to uplifting communities through targeted initiatives that address immediate and long-term needs. Now, Lethem and other regions are directly benefiting from transformative development already. Construction of state-of-the-art hospitals, the expansion of the Because We Care grant for school children, new housing development, and significant upgrades to the road network to improve connectivity in the region. Now, approximately 14,000 residents in Region 9 will benefit from the cash grant, providing financial relief to citizens across that region. The initiative ensures the equitable distribution through a 4-step process with technical terms guarding and verifying data to ensure every eligible citizen aged 18 and above receives their grant. Now, we went through the 4-step process here. Yes, as scheduled. Did I talk about that here? Or I talked about it with somebody else? I think I probably did with somebody else. But I shared a video where Minister Ashni Singh would have detailed the process. So there's a scheduled registration in each community, data collection by the technical teams using pre-programmed tablets, the app that was developed, as we would have heard from the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party and Vice President. Then there was verification of the registrants, which is the third process, right? And then the preparation and the distribution of the checks, the fourth process, right? Now, the structured process ensures fairness, accountability, and building of public trust in government programs. Now, focused intention on hinterland regions like Region 9 highlights government's commitment to reducing disparities between rural and urban areas. Now, the cash grant provides immediate financial support to residents, fostering economic activity within Letem and surrounding villages. The direct engagement by Prime Minister Mark Phillips and Minister Sonia Parag with residents is a continued demonstration of the government's hands-on approach to addressing the needs of citizens, right? Opportunities for residents to voice their perspectives during the distribution process will help to foster a stronger community-government relationship. So whilst they're happy about coming to collect this check, whatever issues they have, you have senior government officials there. They didn't just send the team that is distributing and the technical persons handing out and doing the technical work. You have senior government officials there that you can speak to and raise any issues or concerns that you residents would have had, right? Now, this initiative underscores the government's focus on equitable development by targeting remote and underserved regions. The cash grant the cash grant is a broader developmental effort, ensuring Guyanese citizens feel included in the nation's progress. Outside of infrastructure development, outside of advancements in education, healthcare, right? Outside of other initiatives that help to ease the burden, I won't call it burden, ease the stress on Guyanese in terms of sending your children to school, joint services, dialysis patients, pensioners, persons with disabilities, right? So there's a plethora of initiatives that certain sections of Guyanese society continue to refuse to mention that Guyanese are currently and have been benefiting from on a continuous basis in terms of receiving help from the government with whatever issues they may be having, right? So I wanted to share some of these photos here with you so you could see the turnout at the event in Region 9 yesterday as persons begin to receive their $100,000 cash grant. And on a slight off note, I want to add, I spoke with Mr. DeCosta this morning. I called him because I wanted to invite him on the program. So, sorry, excuse me. So we could have a discussion on his views. And Mr. DeCosta is the young man who did the video that Gordon Mosley posted to his page that we discussed yesterday, right? And the young man admitted I was off in relation to the information I put out there. I should have done some research. That is what he said to me this morning. Literally spoke to him minutes before the show started, right? Let me show you. I don't want y'all to think I'm lying to you or misleading you like people like Gordon Moore's leaders do. I don't want y'all to think I'm misleading you, right? So look, let me take off this background. Give me a second. Let me show you. Hold on. Spoke to the young man. So look here. This is the guy that made the video. Why is this so blurry? That's the guy that made the video. That's him. Yesterday I called, right? I called this morning and he called me back 7:38. And we talked for 2 minutes, right? And he said to me, I should have do a little more research. I didn't want to get into this political thing. I just shared my opinion, and I should have do a little more research before I did the video. But Gordon Mosley, right, gonna take the video, knowing that the information presented is not entirely accurate, and post it, because guess what? There's a following in the diaspora and there's a following in Guyana that whatever Gordon Mosley says gospel. So if Gordon Mosley posts this young man, it got to be that Gordon Mosley verified this information, so we run in with it. The young man said to himself, I went off a little bit because the information I gave was a little inaccurate. I didn't really look at the information about Suriname properly. And then he said to himself, I was inviting him on the program this morning for a start of a talk. Right? He said so. And he said he didn't want to get involved in these kind of things. He's just sharing your opinion and there's that. So could you imagine a seasoned reporter or journalist? You understand? Somebody that, the best journalist in Guyana, Mr. Mosley, post the information. Now, Gordon has access to this information in Suriname and all this stuff, and when these people benefiting and what going on, the verification process that the government is using and whatnot. He has all this information. But again, to stir up people's emotions and rile up people, he'll post the video. Young Guyanese sent strong message to the PPP. Although he know the message that is being sent is inaccurate message, but he can post that. And that is what I continue to tell y'all about Gordon Mosley. Right? And a lot of Guyanese like to make him seem like he is the all greatness when it comes to journalism in Guyana. I ain't saying the man don't do a good job and he's not talented in what he's doing. What I'm saying, he has spread misinformation 1 and 2 times. And posting that video there is spreading misinformation. Right? Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. This government cash grant distribution that started yesterday. So, unlike what the gentleman said in the video, you maybe got to wait till next year budget for the cash grant. No, people getting it now. These people in the photo got their cash grant yesterday. Right? Got their cash grant yesterday. These people here. Look. This man got the check in the hand. Check in the hand. No issue. Signing and collecting the check. So they ain't got to wait till the next year budget. So again, it's just a case where this guy probably didn't understand the fullness of what's going on. And Gordon see the video, and just like how, and I'm telling you, the guy is he's a popular social media guy. So even if Gordon see that video, just like how I called he this morning and said, man, I want you to explain yourself because I ain't really understand what you're saying. And some of the information I feel was a little inaccurate. You understand me? Gordon could have called you, contact you on social media on one of them same platforms. I said, man, I see you make this video, but some of the information you're sharing is not entirely accurate. This is what actually going on. But instead of Gordon Mosley do a service to the nation and spread information like our government ministers do and our officials in the ministries do, you understand? So that people could better understand what's going on, so that they're not operating from an uninformed point of view. He can just take it and post it, and everybody else gonna run with it. I'm sure that video get over 100,000 views by now. You understand me? I am sure it get 100,000 views by now. Okay, remember these Gordon Mosley, he's Mr. Popular. 100,000 people were in Guyana, overseas, wherever, heard that a Guyanese complaining that they got to wait till next year budget, forget cash grant. 100,000 people hear that Suriname people get so much more than Guyanese people when Guyanese people benefiting now. Suriname people got to wait till 2028, and you know what could happen in 2028. You don't know. You could get nothing then. You don't know. Surinamis don't know. Anything could happen. I told you all of a first world country, Canada, that is giving 250 Canadian grant to people. Our grant is more than that. If you take your 100,000, you change it to Canadian, you get more money than the Canadians get in from the government. You understand me? So I was sharing this with y'all to see that the distribution has started, despite whatever is published in certain sections of the media. The distribution has started, and thousands of Guyanese have begun to benefit. Right? Good. Now, before I move on, I want to jump over to this here, because this one a little personal for me. This guy here, I want to introduce you to this guy here. Now, this gentleman here is Akeem Evans. And I want to use this as, I wish y'all could see how my skin growing right now. I want to use this as a testimony of how the government is transforming the lives of young Guyanese, young Afro-Guyanese at that as well. Now, this guy, I think he used to do electrical work for us, right? Under this administration, he got an opportunity to become a videographer. Working his way up, learning, upgrading himself, he became one of the better videographers within the agency in which he's employed. Government agency. Right? This gentleman here, through the government of Guyana, was able to travel to India to study. Wait, I'm going the wrong direction. India to study media management for media professionals and journalists. Right? Last night, yesterday, I think he came back, and I went and I visited, because he's a good friend of mine. He was my community talk cameraman. They take it away from me. Right? Went to visit to hear about the experience. And he had a brother there who is also now a government employee. Find work under the government. This is photos of him in India. I think he went to Hyderabad or something like that. Right? His brother was there. And his brother came in and said to him, "I'm so proud of you, bro. You break generational course." And I was like, geez, how you could say that? And the man said, "Rest yourself. I know what he's saying." You know what it is for a family to finally have someone like this to look up to? That your brother studying all the way in India. This is the next one. Crandon. Little get to youth and had nothing. All the way in India studying. Well, Kian, Kian. Right? These guys went to India to study, to be better at what they do. How many regular Guyanese like this guy, Akeem Evans, and Oral, I can't remember what's Oral's last name, another guy, would have had these opportunities to visit these places and see these things? But you will always hear that Afro-Guyanese ain't getting anything, Afro-Guyanese ain't benefiting, they're hungry, they're dying, all kind of thing. That's what you're going to hear. That's what you're going to hear. But we could continue. I guess this is the last one. He really upload much photos to the thing. But we can continue to hear that certain plight. Anyway, I'm glad that these young men were able to have that experience so that they can continue to upskill themselves. And hats off to the government of Guyana for giving opportunities to young ghetto youths so that they could have a different perspective on life. How many youths could say they could travel to India on their own to do a course or something like that. And during a certain period, you had to be a minister, government, or something to get certain scholarships. You understand? Anyway, I see one of my counselors here. I'm waiting to see the other one. I don't want to start with one, so I'll wait a little more. Okay, I see the other one has arrived. Now, before I welcome the counselors on screen, I want to give you all an idea of what's happening in New Amsterdam, right? I want to give you all an idea of what's happening in New Amsterdam. So, y'all look at these two stories quickly, whilst the counselors get themselves sorted.
Mayor Anton Council has filed an appeal against the Berbice High Court's decision to overturn the suspension of PPPC councillor Courdel Jones. Jones had been suspended by the council for 3 months. At the council's statutory meeting on Monday, November 25, 2024, questions were raised about the legal expenses incurred during this ongoing legal battle. Councillor Nicola Luther, a fellow PPPC representative, questioned the source of the funds used to cover the legal fees associated with 2 cases the council is pursuing. The legal firm representing the council, Crawford's Law Firm, located at Lot 5, Alness Village, Quarantine, has billed the council $600,000 in total. This includes $300,000 for the case involving the Market Vendors Association and the market clerk, and another $300,000 for the matter concerning Councillor Trimbagot versus the New Amsterdam Mayor and the Town Council.
We're going to pay this lawyer $600,000. Now, from what I heard when I was there and what Councillor Trimbagot alluded to, as well as Councillor, now the lawyer would have stated he's doing this case pro bono. So for those that we are not, familiar with the legal terms, pro bono means that you're doing this case for free. So if you're going to do this case for free now, I don't know what was the arrangement. How now are we demanding $600,000 to be paid? And mindful, we're already strapped for cash. So it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. So my question is, where are we getting this money, this $600,000 to be paid? And I want maybe the councillor can answer this question. If it's indeed that the lawyer would have stated that he's doing this case for free, or the town council is going to pay this money, and where are we getting this $600,000 from?
While the initial cost of the legal proceedings was $600,000, Town Clerk Sharon Bacchus responded to Councillor Luther's inquiry, explaining that the lawyer may have had a change of heart regarding the matter.
The finance committee meeting was on the 8th, and the matter was on the 15th. So maybe the lawyer had changed of heart when it comes to this $600,000. I will only speak of what I received, right? I will have received the invoice and I will have brought it to the finance committee for him to do that. And when we went to court, he did mention that. So I don't know if there's a change of heart. Thank you very much.
Kyla Rollins.
Change your heart. You hear me? The lawyer realized that you're sending me to court to defend foolishness. So how could I go there for free? You understand? That's one. One of the topics we're going to be discussing this morning. Look at this other one.
Party Civic PPPC Councillor Nicola Luther raised serious concerns during the New Amsterdam Mayor and Town Council's monthly statutory meeting held on Monday, November 25, 2024, about the transparency surrounding the funds collected during the town's 133rd anniversary celebrations. Luther's query focused specifically.
This giving y'all any kind of flashback or deja vu. Literally the same thing that happened in Linden, Literally the same thing that happening in Linden, they're trying to pull in New Amsterdam, or they pull in New Amsterdam, and the councillors find them out. Listen.
On the financial outcomes of the all-black event, one of the highlights of the recent celebrations.
The person that was promoting this event was Vibes Nation. So I want to know what's really going on, because I'm a little confused and the public is confused. because Arts Entertainment asked for a donation of $1 million, but that was not granted by the council. However, he only paid Arts Entertainment, I don't know who it is, $50,000 to use the town council, the Matthew Allen Road, to keep the town day all black. And the councillor that was promoting this event, so it's kind of confusing. One person is claiming they have applied for this event to be held, and another person who is a sitting councillor, I suppose, right? We're going to verify this. He is the person that has been promoting and collecting monies, because my family were there at the Stelling Road, and his persons associated with him were collecting money. So my thing is, who is the real promoter for the town day event at the Matthew Allen Road, the big entertainment that happened there, and where is the money? Was it deposited into the account?
In response, Mayor His Worship Wainwright McIntosh
Y'all listen to the mayor. Listen to the mayor.
had only concluded on Sunday, November 24, with the mayoral cycle road race. The mayor acknowledged that he had not yet received a detailed report on the income and expenditure from the events, but assured that the public would be informed in this regard.
I'm still awaiting, after yesterday's event, I'm awaiting the Town Days report from the Town Days committee, persons with that responsibility. So as soon as the report is there, personally I will be inviting members of the media, right? I will ensure that there is a press conference to update the general public as it relates to the income and expenditure of Town Day 2024. So the needful will be done. It is not in just yet based on my knowledge, and I will ensure.
So he ain't ready to do nothing until he get a report. He ain't gonna look into nothing. Nothing.
The needful is being done.
Meanwhile, Councillor Luther emphasized the importance of using best practices, recalling that she had inquired about a similar issue during last year's Town Day celebrations and had to wait months for a response.
With regards to the sitting councillor who did not pay, and I remember clearly you asked him to stand up and say why he did not pay for the use of the Matthew Allen Road to host the all black. And he said to you that every time he goes to pay, the cashier is not there. So I just want to make sure that you're on the same page,
yes,
and that you're going to ensure, not 3 months and 5 months, immediately. Let them submit the report.
Kyle Rollins, DLR TVS Newswatch.
Look, guys, help me welcome Councillor Trimbagot and Councillor Nicole Luther from the New Amsterdam Town Council. Good morning, councillors. So I was telling y'all too close together. We can get the feedback. Yeah. So I'm gonna remove y'all and let one person move and then bring you back in. You gotta separate yourself some more. Too much feedback. So y'all see what's going on in New Amsterdam. You
You still getting feedback?
Yeah. Still too close. And also turn down the volume on your device, Luther. So
Nicola, you are loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's start with you since you're here. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations on your return to the council after having a ruling from the New Amsterdam High Court. Talk to us a little bit about that whilst we wait on Councillor Luther to sort herself.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you and happy holidays to you and the viewers.
Thank you.
Well, I'm elated that I'm back in council because there are so many issues in the community that has to be addressed. Mainly issues that is relating to the day-to-day running of the city council, looking at some of the matters that is of importance to the community and the way the council is being managed because of the majority that's sitting there.
Right.
I was well aware because I've done my research and I knew that the mayor used the 2801 incorrectly. It wasn't, the law was not applied right. There was no issue on the floor. And based on that, the mayor he has the power to suspend if there is some disorderly conduct on the floor.
Right.
And I'm sure the mayor and his team is aware of that. But I think it was used to deter me because I am very vocal.
Right.
And I am not afraid to raise issues. I am not afraid of the media coming after me, the media that they have in place or the cohorts that they have in place.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of the misinformation that is being served up,
Yeah. No,
so
I've heard that there is a plan to appeal this decision.
Yes, sir.
Share your thoughts on this because I can't process it. Help me. What's going on?
First, let me give you my opinion on this matter. The fact that they're appealing this case, in my view, is to also steal from the coffers of the people in New Amsterdam.
Right.
Now, here it is, you have an attorney that was representing the city council. He spoke in the presence of my attorneys and the town clerk that the case was done pro bono.
Right.
Now, here you have the gentleman in question, Kwesi Isaacs, who was the one that orchestrated that moved the motion on the floor to have me suspended.
Right.
Who is very close. They have a very close friendship, himself and the attorney. Now, I mean, people could be friends with whomever they want to be friends with. But when I see you sitting on the roadside drinking beers, in my mind, are you taking the $600,000 from the people in the town to suffice your leisure? I don't know. It's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have an opinion.
Right.
I see it as orchestrated to take money from the people in this town. And knowing, and if the lawyer probably didn't, probably is very au fait with the law, he would have known that you cannot file an appeal, or the appeal should have been filed in the full court and not in the appellate court. Now, in my mind, filing it in the appellate court, it would take about 3 years to come up. So
Wow.
here it is that I probably would not be sitting in council anymore. They would be gone, but the monies would be moved from the coffers. The behavior, and then you have a mayor who's sitting there who I lost respect for in the way he's managing, justifying these behaviors. For instance, I heard we were talking a while ago about the Tongue Day event. And the fact that as a sitting mayor, here you have the same Kwesi Isaacs that is walking around with millions of dollars from the tongue in his pocket, did not bring any of those monies to the treasurer or the finance committee. And this is 10 days after the event. And these are the irregularities that I continue to raise on the floor, myself and Ms. Luther. We continue to point out these irregularities.
Yeah.
Because it's unethical.
Yeah.
It's unethical to have someone who is a committee chair. You picked up this money for the stalls and all these things, and you still have not brought in a semi-report on the monies.
All right, Coach, so don't let me jump to the tongue day yet.
Okay.
your reinstatement for us. No, let me welcome Councilor Nicole Luther onto the program. Thank you for being here this morning. It's always a pleasure to have you. And I see you've been very vocal at the council level. Please unmute. You've been very vocal at the council level in relation to accountability. Now, before I get into that, it was a post I think I saw on your Facebook page where this councillor, Kwesi Isaac, or whatever his name is, was blaming, I think, you and Councillor Trimbagot for this bill that the council got for the lawyer. So I think you apply the law wrong and carry these, cause these people to carry you to court. How is it their fault? Talk to me a bit about that. Councillor Luther, I think he's all the way
Okay,
muted
good
now. Right, go ahead.
morning.
Go
Can
ahead.
you? I want to say season greetings to everyone that's on the live, that's viewing. I
Right.
hope you're having a wonderful day. So this matter of blaming game. It's not our fault that the council has been taken to court. Now, as Miss Carol Trim has alluded to the fact that the council stated that this lawyer is going to take this case for free.
Right.
Now, I don't know what was the transaction with the town clerk and the lawyer. However, the lawyer and this councillor Kwesi Isaac, they're very close friends. So to my surprise, when I heard they have to take their representation, I know that when as a new person in politics and as a new councillor, when I got up there, the first thing I asked was, who is the council legal representative, the municipality?
Right.
It stated to me that the person that represents the municipality is a lawyer by the name of Miss Tanya Clemens. So I
Okay.
was shocked to know that, okay, why didn't you use Miss Tanya Clemens? If she is
Right.
the lawyer on the payroll or whatever, and why y'all didn't use Tanya Clemens? And then to add it to that,
So Nicole, wait. The council got a legal for somebody on payroll as a lawyer on payroll currently.
said to us that they have this person, she's like on standby, that in the event of they need legal services, they would ask her. They would,
Right.
that's the person they would use. And that's how I know that the municipality legal representative is Miss Tanya Clemens.
Okay.
That's what we were told. We asked about that. So now, when I heard that Mr. Ryan Crawford, who is the the lawyer for the person that they representing, I was like, okay. So they said they're taking this person. He is doing it free. I said, free is good, right?
Councilor, wait. This is the same Ryan Crawford that I thinking about.
Yes, Ryan Crawford. He's a lawyer. Yes. So
Okay, good.
Ryan Crawford told the town clerk, as you would have seen in the news, that she agreed that yes, he told her he is doing it for free,
Right.
pro bono. I don't know if she didn't understand the term pro bono at the time. Means, well, you're doing it free. And even in the context of law, as a professional, you ought to know that you have to pay a lawyer, even though they represent you and they say it's free, but you must have some kind of clause inserted in your contract. But
Yeah.
he clearly stated, I'm doing this case free. So now, if you're doing this case free, you stated it in front of the judge. You stated it in front of Councillor Carol Trim. There were a whole lot of persons present. So, as well as Miss Carol Bagot's attorney. So they all were present there. And so everybody knew that you're doing this case free. Now when we go back to statutory meeting, there's an invoice. $600,000. I said $600,000 for what?
So how much you gonna get if you won the case? If 600,000 for losing.
Even win it. He didn't even win the case and he want money too. And that wasn't even the agreement, because he stated that he was going to do it free. So you see how they contradict themselves. And I said it's unethical.
Right. Yeah. No. No. So has the appeal been filed, Councillor Trim? has the appeal been filed by the council and this lawyer that they have, or they have to pay him before he moves forward?
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
So has the appeal been? Has your attorney indicated to you whether the council has filed this appeal in the appellate court already, or they're waiting? What's going on with that? Has the appeal been filed?
The appeal is filed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's already filed in the appellate court.
So additional to the 600,000 that is already owed for losing the first case, they have to find additional money to pay for the appeal that could run up to 3 years.
I'm sure.
Wow. All right. Thank you for highlighting the lunacy that you're dealing with over there, both of you. Let's move on. So let's jump to the week. Let me start with Councillor Luther, because she had raised this since 2003. Now, Councillor Luther, I want to ask you, outside of what you experienced in 2003, what were some of the triggers that caused you to ask for this, the paper trail, so to speak, for the 2024 Tongue Week? I don't know, is it day or a week? Tongue Day, right. So talk to me a little bit about that. What sparked or what raised your antennas so, something might be afoot?
Okay. So they say this is the season where the Lord was born, and you should be always honest, and I'm always honest. And this is the honest truth. So what happened last year is that the set councillor, Kwesi Isaacs, he was given a spot, actually by the mayor himself, who demanded that he got this spot and give him his blessings to go ahead and promote an all-black event at the Matthew Allen Road. Again, this Matthew Allen Road seems to be a problem. So he did this event and he did not pay any money. So 1 month passed, 2 months passed, 3 months. I'm always asking, when is this council going to pay? Because all the other entertainer who had events would have already paid their money. And it's not fair for other promoters to pay. And he pays nothing, not because he's a sitting councillor. So when I asked the mayor, they would say, oh, he would pay. But then I think what the final straw was when I really got upset and I said, Mayor, why haven't this council been forthcoming with his payment? And every time you're saying the council doesn't have money, let's start in-house, let him pay. So the mayor asked him to stand up and state why he did not pay. And he stated that every time he goes to the cashier to pay, the cashier is not there. What an excuse. What an excuse.
Wait. First of all, Councillor Luther, before I come over to Councillor Trim, I want to ask you this, just to clarify. This gentleman is a councillor, correct?
Yes, he is.
So he can go into the council facility, the building. So if you see the cashier, you could go to the treasurer and let him pay payment and there is your receipt. You don't have to see the cashier. You can go on the desk and look for somebody to go and pay. I just confirm it.
Exactly. So, hence my reason, because imagine he walking all the time with all the money for all this month and you're not giving it to the mayor, not giving no report, and there's no proper transparency. You could use that money, right, and reinvest it into your own personal use, and then you give it to the council. Never. So they're not thinking about that. So this time I tell the mayor, listen, this man is gonna pay this money and I want a response. I actually pulled him, so tied him to his word so that he can look into it and don't give any loopholes. Hence the reason I stated, yeah, I need a response from you. When is this person going to pay? Because if you're doing an event, how can you walk around with all this money? There's no report. How am I going to know how much money was made from here to here, even halfway of the event? If it's from day 1 to day 2, you lodge what day 1 to day 2 make. And then you proceed. So we have a check and balance there to say that from day 1 to day 2, you make X amount of money. Going forward from 3 to 4, you make X amount of money. Why have to wait till whenever for them to state that? Hence the
No, that's
reason the
what I
mayor
want to look over to Councillor Trimbagot. Now, in relation to standard procedures for handling funds raised, what does 2801 or what does the municipality have in terms of handling these funds? Standard procedure.
Well, the standard procedure is that once you're raising funds for the council, it should be given into the treasurer upon receipt of the cash.
Right.
So there should be no, if even if it's me or anyone, it should not be taken home to my house and brought back the next day. The treasurer should always be available to do an intake of funds
Right.
coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Now, how do you think this impacts the public trust in relation to the New Amsterdam Town Council's financial management?
I am not, we are working tirelessly. I mean, the councillors on the other, the PPP councillors, we are working tirelessly to educate people, because I think for the years there has been a lack of education in terms of how city council run. As we're speaking today, there is no money to pay salary. The money that is being used to pay salary comes from what they pick up from rates and taxes and people paying for their land. And these are some of the irregularities we've been raising in order for us to work together to ensure that the financials of the council is viewed by the public in a trusting manner.
Right.
You know, get people to trust the city council, but it's a lot of education. I know we have a big crossover in regards to people coming out in the community and you know, showing support for the work that the PPP councillors are doing.
Right.
So it's a continuous education and engaging and educating. But you know what is my disappointment, Courdel, Mr. Jones, is that we're in a town, and we've been in this town for 28 years. I mean, I grew up in New Amsterdam. My dad was a person that lived in this town for many years, my family.
Right.
And I'm coming back, and this place is getting worse, has gotten worse over the days. We are now repairing some of the distrust that is in the community because we are now 6 councillors sitting there, and we are definitely out there educating people in the various constituencies.
Right, right. Now, Councillor Luther, do you believe that this issue reflects a larger systematic problem within the council's handling of events finances?
Yes, I would say that, because in any as long as you have proper accounting records, I would always say there's transparency and there's accountability. If you're not following financial protocol as stated in the chapter 2801, then you're not obeying the bylaws.
Right, right. No, I saw. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I was saying. That's why we're there. And I come from a financial background, as you would have known. And so we're pointing out all the financial irregularities and hoping that, you know, we ensure that they do the right thing.
Right, I got you. No, I want to ask, no, Councillor Isaacs claims that funds were used to pay for police services. Have either one of you been able to verify this claim with the relevant authorities?
No. So no, we have not been able to do that. We are now meeting as councillors, and we are looking at some of these issues that was raised by him in terms of where the money was paid. We would reach out to the police department to find out, because we need to know. Normally they don't do a breakdown, and that's another thing with this council, as Council Luther is when they come in with a broad-based budget. There's no line item to say, well, the police was paid 100,000, Carol was, you know. So these are the things that we are constantly questioning on the floor. And you know, before I go, I want to say that I am very sad. I'm sad. I always say I'm sad. Well, they're calling me Mother Teresa. I'm sad because, you know, the office, the council office, we have 6 councilors, we have 6 community development officers that the government has, that we're going out into the community and we're meeting some of the social needs of the people in the community. So the new thing is that I become Mother Teresa. They're not seeing it as part of what we signed up for and what we should be doing to engage the community.
No,
So,
go ahead.
you know, no, well, I was not going to say it. I always say it's sad when it comes to New Amsterdam and the fact that the people are not getting what they should receive. Thank God that we are now sitting there. The PPP has done all of the roads in New Amsterdam. I mean, these people has done nothing. All of the roads that was completed in New Amsterdam was done under the government.
Right.
The drainage system was done under the government. Everything, all of the interlocks was done by government. And they still can't even pick up the garbage properly to facilitate the community. I am baffled because I'm coming from a different background. And this type of service I don't understand. And secondly, imagine we have been in there over a year and we still under this mayorship cannot show one particular project that we have done collectively to ensure that we are meeting the needs of the people in the town.
Georgetown too. It's not you alone who feel bad. Georgetown and Linden too. Not one. Not one.
Yeah, not one project.
Right.
But you know, Mr. Jones, we're pushing on. There has to be a change and there must be a change. There will be a change.
Yeah.
As long as the councillors, we're sitting there, we are going to ensure that that change happens.
No, before I move on, because Councillor Luth had sent me some other documents in relation to some land issues up there, which we'll discuss shortly. Now, would either one of you, outside of standing at the horseshoe there and requesting reports or documentation in relation, or financial documentation in relation to these events, have you guys put this in writing? Have you written the mayor, the head of the finance committee, so that you have a paper trail to say, well, look, on this date, this information was requested, and up to now, I have nothing?
I personally wrote to the town clerk.
Okay.
I have not received one response in acknowledgement of the letter. Wow. I have not seen any of those letters in the mailbag. That's another issue we have to address. This town clerk that has been sitting there for all these years, that continue, from my opinion, and I've been in politics a long time, she is not sitting there as an administrative head and keeping herself in the lane that she should be. She is pandering to the other side of the bench.
Wow.
I sometimes wonder if, because of all those irregularities that happened prior to today, and their friends in regards to the irregularities, that she has no voice.
Right.
And I rest my case.
Right. Now, Councillor Luther, which one you want to start with, the letter or the minutes?
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Which one you want to go with, the letter or the minutes first?
Let's go with the minutes first.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Okay.
So
here, the minutes will go the minute period ending the 14th of June.
Got you. Right. So tell us a bit about what we're looking at here. Councillor? Yeah, so what, tell us a bit about what we're looking at here. These minutes here.
Miss Trim, turn your volume a little down. Yeah.
Are you hearing me? Oh, I think she get bounced off there. Probably somebody tried to call her. Somebody probably tried to call her, so she got bounced off. Just give the counselor a minute to reconnect. All right, good. So you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, something happened to my internet there.
Right,
So this here is from the minutes. We normally have the minutes. So my minutes was for the period ending June the 14th, 2024, and it's in
right,
relation to a land issue. Now, I quote that the deputy mayor mentioned that he was requesting more time for certain individuals located behind the tannery who he believed would require assistance in the 4-to-1 scheme. He highlighted the need to implement two modifications. One individual, Roy Samuels of Lot 134, who appeared to be disinterested, and to do a replacement with one Melissa April.
Okay.
My response to this, mind you, on the minutes now on the 12th of July, I responded to this. So they had to state what I said. I said, I don't mind that you're empowering people and you're taking them out of poverty. However, if you're going to repossess a person's land, that you must ensure that protocols are being followed. And
Right,
when I said that to the mayor, that he said that this person, Roy Samuels, is not interested or seems to be disinterested, and I quote it. So maybe you can grab it to put it on the screen. At this statutory meeting Monday gone, he was like, he did not say that to me and he can't remember. Hence the
right,
reason why I'm highlighting what he said, because whatever any one of the councillors stated, it is reflected in the minutes. And
right,
so I wanted him to remember, right, that what I said to him at that meeting, it wasn't a lie. And I went back to my minutes dated on the 12th of July, that's after June, where I stated that Council Luther explained her issue was not with the council assisting with the land, rather the way things were being done as it is there. Right? For instance, how the council arrived that Mr. Roy Samuel was disinterested in the land and
right,
it given to Melissa April. Right? So I asked them, I said, if this person has not paid for the land, there's a list there that many other person has not paid. And I
right,
asked, would you send out a correspondence to this individual asking him, are you still interested in the land? Or say what? If you're not interested in the land, respond to us and let us know. But
right,
you can simply send out a courtesy letter stating that you're not interested in the land. We give you X amount of time to come in and pay. Hence, we repossess this land and give it to somebody else. They did
right,
not do that. And they wanted to give it to this person, Melissa April, who is one of their political activists. She's the person who's be cussing me out on Facebook. And easily verified. So I said, you can give her to the land. It is clear there what I said, but follow protocol. Let
right,
the young man say he's no longer interested. I do a follow up. I met with the young man. The young man came. He spoke with all the councillors on the PPP side. He said he never told them that. And hence he submitted a letter to me stating that, listen, this is the letter I got from them stating that they reallocated the land to somebody else who has paid in full. Now, how can you do something like that? There should be policies in place for hiring of staff and firing of staff. That's what I said to them. And hence, there should also be policies with how you allocate land and you repossess land.
right,
So I think that makes sense. You can't just do things in a haphazard manner. And even though this man shed so much tears, he said, listen, I'm not going to fight for this land. I don't have the time, the energy. I said, well, if I'm a councillor there and I'm representing the residents of New Amsterdam, if I fail you and I fail 9 others like you, what really am I doing there? What really am I good? So I'm gonna fight this case. So they have to give back, refund this person who they give this land to the money, and give the man the money, give him his land, because the man is willing to pay. He is willing to pay. So you see the letter that is sent there. You can read it out there for the audience to see.
That's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, but if the record showed that this land was paid in full, how he got the opportunity to pay for it? Why wasn't he informed about this when he went to inquire about getting land, specifically this piece?
Exactly. The man wrote a letter stating. Okay, mine is back.
Yeah, come back. Right.
For persons.
I think Councillor Luther got GT&T
from Roswell. Fellow small. Because those persons did not pay. But they didn't send any correspondence out to the person stating that
is GT&T.
I mean, everybody need to pay by the end of December for the land.
Right.
We haven't reached the how you take back this man land and give it to one of your activists. And it's honest with these things. It's not right. I don't business who it is, your religious, your political affiliation. The right thing should be done. And that is what I have a problem with. That is what I have a problem with.
Is there, Councillor, is there any recourse in terms of you as councillors can intervene on this guy's behalf other than the court system through 2801?
Well, the thing is, Courdel, is that we're not a part of the land committee. And so when they do, they make this. But they still have municipal council. Sometimes we don't agree, but they still go ahead. Right. And we would let them know that the town clerk is the one who will have to intervene into this matter. And I hope that she's looking and somebody sends this message to her, that she send this letter. You see, it's from the town clerk telling this young man, hey, we have reallocated the lot that we give to you to somebody else, and the person has paid in full. Now you make it seem as though this person paid in full, so that you're telling the man that the person don't pay off it, so you can't get it back. You can do the right thing, and the right thing is to give back the person the money and give back the man his land and let the man have the opportunity to pay for his lot.
But for me, I think they should trigger an investigation to why, as somebody coming to acquire land, was offered a piece of land that was, according to the clerk or whoever, was sold already. Is there any kind of paper trail, like a receipt, to say, well, Miss April Bagot paid months before or years before to verify that she paid before this gentleman?
No, well, and this is exactly what the deputy mayor would have stated. He stated that he is going to give the land to Melissa April, and I asked on what basis, and he said based on a first come, first serve. So you have a file there, and based on those who come first, you're gonna just reallocate it just like that. There's no proper system in place as to how you allocate and you repossess and do all of that. And you give them advice and they're upset and they start cursing you because you're vocal. But this is Courdel, this is so wrong. This is so wrong what they've done. And this is not a person. It's not a person, Marcelo Small. I don't even know these people. I don't know these people. They have to do what is right.
Councillor Trim, I want to ask Councillor Trim.
I would like to continue.
You're breaking up really badly, Councillor Luther. You're breaking up real bad. All right, Councillor Trim, we continue to see the violation of 2801 The deviation from processes, established processes of the council, and we continue to see the vilification and victimization of yourself, Councillor Luthers, and your fellow councillors on your side of the table when you raise these issues and ask answers to these questions. In closing, does this deter you, or are you encouraged to press on with the fight that you're getting there? And I'll have you answer, and then I'll have Councillor Luther respond to the same question before we close off.
Yeah, but could I quickly
Sure, go ahead.
the land issue?
Go ahead.
Now, there is a list that I have in my possession that I shared with the town council that the gentleman in question name was already on a list to be a recipient of that land. But yes, but what happened within these, the council and the land committee, they do what they feel like doing. If it don't suit them, or if Ms. Trim raise the matter or Ms. Luther raise the matter, they get vexed and they go back in order to show power. So they go and they rearrange and do what they feel like doing. But I am Taloa. I am very Taloa. That's part of my heritage. I am not backing down.
Right.
I will not be deterred. I will, because we were voted here to represent a large majority of people in New Amsterdam, I will continue to serve. We will, myself and my team, we will continue to raise these issues as it's affecting the community. I am not going anywhere anytime soon unless God says that. They need to do what is right by the people of this town. They deserve better.
No, wait for you start, Councillor Luther. Something I wanted to ask, but it slipped my mind earlier. So you were suspended, Councillor Trim, for, I guess, using the clause of, bad behavior at a council meeting, which did not happen.
Yes.
Now, is there anything in 2801 that speaks to disciplinary action when officers or councillors don't follow processes like submitting funds to the treasurer on time, providing receipts? Is there anything in 2801 for that?
I'm sure there is. You know, I have not reviewed it, but I'm sure there is. Because the 2801 speaks of the law, and I'm sure there is. But knowing or seeing what we are dealing with, it's not going to be addressed.
Right.
You know, and as Ms. Luther alluded to, when a decision is made in the committee, that's another thing I find with organizations, especially that city council. They seem to don't understand that even though you have committees that vote on issues, it has to be brought on the floor.
Right.
You might still be in the majority and it will pass, but you must bring it to the floor.
Right.
But for some reason, they think that the law only applies to their side of the bench and they can do what they do. And it's no longer it's no longer going to be that. So we are going to continue to press on and speak out. Because Ms. Trim is going to speak out. They might have to suspend me again, but that's okay. We're going to go back to the
That's all. Councillor Luther, I know that you get a terrible fight. You from the councillors and even some of the admin staff. I keep remembering that video with the security PNC controlling hay. Oh boy.
Yes. So
how do you keep yourself going?
Prayers and the truth.
Right.
Like what I'm doing currently right now, exposing whatever is it that they're doing wrong and hoping that they correct whatever is it that has been done wrong and do it in accordance with the chapter 2801, the law, and they do it with decency and follow all the protocols that we ought to. But it doesn't matter what they do. I am not afraid. I'm not backing down. I'm holding my head up high because I know that a lot of people they're depending on me, and if I am there to represent some of the persons there, that's what I have to do, and it doesn't bother me what they do or what they say. Like, you saw when the one security, hands were in my face and threatened me, and so she said, APNU run things here. And I was like, how could you speak to me like that? But, I'm very quiet. But I wear many hats. I can be very quiet today. And on another matter, I can be very aggressive. But I didn't bother with them. But I did bring it to the mayor's attention. And he was like placed between a rock and a hard stone, because he has to deal with the councilors as well as the staff. But I showed it. Did not, he did not discipline. He did not discipline. Nobody was disciplined. All those videos that you saw that were circulating, some of them were cussing, some of them were behaving aggressive. Nobody was suspended. Nobody was disciplined.
Nobody.
Nothing is done. One councillor suspended, and suspended for what? The chapter 2801 states that on the day, if you're in chambers on the day, the said day, if there's misconduct, you can be suspended. She didn't do any misconduct on that particular day. And hence, that's one of the reasons why I let people know I support her, because it is the truth.
Right. Councillors, I want to thank you guys for coming on the program this morning to share with Guyanese locally and in the diaspora what exactly is happening at the New Amsterdam Town Council and the fight that you guys are involved in, highlighting some of the corruption that is going on there as well. And as I said earlier in the program, it mirrors Linden in terms of the town day, with the people collecting the money and not paying it into the coffers of the council. And it mirrors Linden and Georgetown in terms of nothing significant that you could say. Like these mayors, I'm wondering, when they leave office and they walk around New Amsterdam, Georgetown, and Linden, and they look around and there's nothing for you to point at to say, this is what I accomplished under my tenure. Nothing at all. Continue to fight the good fight. We'll have you here as this progresses, comes to Trim's appeal, and we'd like to find out about the funds from the Tug Day 2023 and 2024. So we'll have you guys here on the program another time to keep us updated on what's going on here in New Amsterdam. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for being on the program, and please be safe up there.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays to your viewers and to yourself and staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Trim.
Guys, I want to say thank you to all my viewers. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for hosting us to speak our political truth. And you do have a blessed day. And I wish everybody a wonderful and joyous holiday. All my viewers.
Thank you, Councillor Luther. Take care, and season's greeting to you, Councillor Trim, and all the other councillors up there at the New Amsterdam Town Council. Take care. Right, so guys, that's just to give you a heads up. You hear the stuff that going on there. You hear the stuff that going on there, right? That's all the time I have for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Please remember to share the live. Thank you for all the support, all the viewers. Share. We want this information to get out there. You see, conflict of interest is something synonymous with the opposition. I am not saying councillors shouldn't be allowed to make money or to have an event at these activities. I am saying, however, the residents should have first priority. You can't be a sitting councillor and you want the main event, the main street. You gotta make the most money at the thing. The citizens of the constituency should have the priority. So if there's a resident of New Amsterdam who is bidding for the same date with you as a councillor, you can't get the date over the resident. You either switch your date or cancel the event. That is my opinion. Because at the end of the day, you're working in the council. So it is conflict of interest. It's a council event. You get in, and that's the thing. Certain activities should I don't know how fair that would be. I think you should rotate. One person holding the main event every year. Oh, let somebody else make some money now. Anyway, guys, y'all be good Guyanese wherever you are, whether you're in New Amsterdam, Georgetown, New York, Dubai, Venezuela, Russia, Suriname, wherever you are, Guyanese or not, diaspora or local. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about what Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no trees.